questions for Jayson.
Jayson, Joe talked about on the West Coast, you guys, reinventing the offense, trying to find a faster pace. For you leading the offense, how big of an adjustment has that been for you in terms of, playing with more up-tempo and playing out in transition more and, doing all the different things he wants you to?
I think that's just playing our strengths. I think that's when we're most dynamic as a unit. When we play faster and we play with speed, obviously getting stops. There's a time and a place to slow the game down, but, for majority, we want to play fast and, everybody can handle the ball and things like that. And I think that's when we're the hardest to guard.
And you've been pretty aggressive with the pull-up jumpers, to start the year. The success hasn't been there, but you've stayed aggressive, and in this game kind of had to adjust to going inside, it looked like. What's that balance been for you, staying aggressive with the jumpers, but also trying to find other shots since those aren't falling?
I mean, just take the right shot. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But, you still got to make them respect it. And, there's times where, you can get downhill and put extra pressure on the defense and the refs.
You were missing a lot of shots tonight, but you also had 5 steals. Looked like you were really focusing on defense and pushing transition. How did you try to make up, especially in crunch time, for not being able to get the shots to fall?
I say it all the time, just trying to have an impact on the game. And it's not always going to be scoring, but, just doing whatever I can to kind of ensure that we win the game.
And they're getting tons of offensive rebounds late in the game. You're trying to put them away. They got that streak on the line. So what was going through your head when you see them just keep getting offensive rebounds over and over, and how did you guys try to fix it?
To their credit, they are a young, athletic team, right? They got a lot of guys that can jump out the gym, very physical. So they put pressure on us every time the shot went up. And they crashed the glass. And they did a really good job of that, and it was tough. But, we figured it out.
Jayson, speaking of the rebound, it seemed like you grabbed that final rebound kind of like to end this thing, and then you saw Kristaps. Can you take me through that kind of touchdown pass you threw to him? Did you have the touch on it that you wanted? Did it go the way you wanted?
It wasn't nothing special about it. I just got the rebound, and the tallest guy in the building was down there by himself. I just threw it up to him. And, we kind of extended the lead, kind of put the game away with that one. So that was big.
And the first half, did you guys – they were going to come out fast. They were going to come out desperate. Were you guys just slow, tired from the West Coast? What would you attribute to the first half? And then what was said at halftime to kind of get you going in the second half?
It's a little bit of both. First game back from a West Coast trip can be kind of tough. Everything that could have went wrong essentially went wrong in that first half. But we were still motivated or whatever the case may be going into the second half. And, we just knew we had to stop turning the ball over. We had to try to keep them on the paint. They had like 34 paint points in the first half. So we kind of picked up our intensity on the defensive end, and that gave us life and energy on the offensive end.
My question's a little like Gary's. What kind of mental challenge was this game?
We talked about it in shoot-around today. The games always don't go as you expect them to, right? Obviously, everybody know the elephant in the room, their record. But they're a talented team. They're talented. They're more talented than some of the other teams on the bottom end of the standings, especially individually. They got some really talented guys over there. They're well coached. I haven't watched every game they play, but, the games I have watched, they've been in them for most of it. They play hard. They make shots. And they've lost a lot of games, that were kind of close. I haven't seen many games where they got blown out. So, you might think it would be easy, and they come and punch you in the mouth, and you got to regroup.
And then you were listed as questionable for the game earlier. Played through. How is the ankle, and then what does that mean for tomorrow?
The ankle is whatever. I sprained it, and it's still a little swollen, but I'm able to play. And, questionable again for tomorrow. See how I feel in the morning, and we'll see.
Last question. when the play calls for you to be in the corner or set a screen, is that easy to accept knowing it's what's best for the team? And has that always been the case, or an area where you feel like you've evolved and matured over the course of your career?
Yeah, I mean, I just we've had so much team success and had our fair of individual success and accolades, and the only thing left is to really win a championship. And been in a lot of games, been in a lot of playoff games, and I understand the value that I bring, and it's not always just about scoring. I know that the effect I have on the court, and guys may not help, or maybe paying too much attention to me. Or if I screen, I bring 2 defenders with me, and my teammates get open. And as you get older, you just realize that kind of opens everything else up, for myself and for everybody else. So, just finding those little different areas throughout the game, especially on the offensive end, of where, I can screen for somebody to get open and they score. It won't show up on the stat sheet, but I know that, that's impactful for our team.